Hi, Dr. Becky here, continuing a discussion about how we work with our physical stress, and in particular, talking about the relaxation response. So, previously, we've talked about what it is, and we've talked about the principles of bringing it on, if you will, or inducing the relaxation response. So, for this video, I want to talk a little bit about the idea is not just a quiet mind and a quiet body, but a quieter mind and a quieter body. The reality is, if you look at our relaxation and what that feels like, it's on a continuum. It's not an all or nothing. It's not like a light switch that you flip and you've got the stress response and you flip it off and you've got the relaxation response. It's more like a dimmer switch. And so the idea is to get some sense of where you are in terms of your physical stress. Take some moments to think about your body and where your physical stress level might be. 0 would be absolutely totally relaxed. 10 would be so tight and tense that you can hardly stand it. So when you think about that 0 to 10 scale, you get some sense of where you are. If you want to instead use a scale like, is it mild, moderate, severe, you kind of develop your own scale, your own sense of where it is. And so then if you're at a moderate range, then the goal may be with your using your techniques to bring it down to a more mild range. If you're in a severe range or the 8 to 10 range, if you can bring it down more into a moderate range. I mean, if you can do, if possible, sometimes it's possible to go from a really high to more of a low range, but understand again that you can't force something to happen. And so you're not chasing a goal of bringing your physical stress level down to 0. You will never make that happen because remember, one of the principles is an allowing attitude. And that is we allow our stress level, our physical stress level to come down for the relaxation to build as best we can, as best the body is able to do in any given circumstance. So when we think about stress management, we think about improving our stress level. We think about bringing it down. We think about improving our ability to cope. We think about improving our relaxation level. But there is no absolute. And so if you, as you're practicing, you don't try to have a goal in mind to make relaxation happen. You just have a sense of where you are. You might, at the beginning, kind of have a sense of where you are. At the end, have a sense of where you are. But you do this with a very gentle attitude and not one of exact, because again, the more you try to make something happen, the worse it is. So, for example, a lot of people have tried relaxation techniques in the past. Maybe you have, and you found that they didn't work for you. So I would say that when you're trying to make something happen, most of the time when we do stress management and relaxation techniques, we're trying to make something happen, and that is for our stress to be better. It's a worthy goal, but again, we can't make it happen, at least in terms of the relaxation part of it. So we do things, and so like we do this relaxation exercise before bed to try and make ourselves go to sleep. Or we have chronic pain maybe, and we try relaxation exercise to help with our pain. Most of the time people find it ineffective because they maybe don't understand the principles behind what actually allows that response, our body to actually bring on that response. And particularly, again, it's that allowing attitude. So as you're practicing, and I encourage you to practice some form of relaxation every day, especially now when things are so stressful. But realize that you're doing it just putting yourself in the position to allow relaxation to happen. And all you're doing is just following your particular relaxation technique, and then you allow it to happen. This takes practice to train the mind to not expect and just to allow. But it's a worthy goal because it absolutely will make a difference for you, both during your formal practice and in your everyday as you use these techniques in your stressful world situation.